Howdy Ford, and all you pen pals out there who like to make stuff. Let my locks flow today. Hashtag let the locks flow. Let's start with a format note here. You responded to my last video and then you asked a new question at the end of that video. That makes sense to me rather than doing a response video and then a new video with a new question. So if you're cool with it, let's stick to that format. I'm still gonna title the videos based on the question I'm asking, but I'm gonna include in that video a response to your previous question. Look, if it doesn't work, we'll just change it. So you asked me if I had to pick one thing to be the best at or be great at, what would I pick? That's actually almost impossible for me to answer. I like a lot of different stuff. I like making videos, I like writing stuff, I'm a musician. Oh snap. If I had to choose what I'm the best at now, I'd probably have to say prose, but I think I'd interpret your question to be about what am I the most passionate, and if that's the case, it'd probably have to be music. The songs that I write are the nearest to my heart, and they mean the most to me. Then again, I love to write stories, and I really enjoy making videos. Now, I acknowledge that if I continue to create in multiple directions, I will likely never become great at one of them. But I'm okay with that. Your question really raises so many other questions, like why even create art in the first place? Is it really about being objectively the best? I live in a country where everyone is trying not just to be good, but to be the best, which implies competition, which some would argue causes the cream to rise to the top. But from my perspective, it also tends to bring out darkness in people, self-centeredness, an incredible weight, and just like pressure. When it comes to art, I'm more a fan of collaboration. So even in your last video, I noticed that you said, what can I be the best at by myself and excel at by myself? So I think I understand what's driving that, but maybe take a step back and even examine in yourself the tension between competition and collaboration. When it comes to YouTube, how do you even go about measuring greatness? Like what makes you the best, the most clicks? I am not the only person in the cross-cultural food vlog game, and I certainly don't get the most clicks, but I still believe that what I produce is objectively better than a lot of what's out there. But then again, like who am I to judge that? Like, people like what they like. Some people want a one long shot of somebody eating a snack. And, you know, some people don't like my jokes. If I want to write a bestseller, all I gotta do is put werewolves in it. If I want a video to go viral, what, I need to be simultaneously attacked by kittens and kicked in the groin? My point is, this whole question needs a broader perspective. I have a bunch of follow-up questions I'd like to ask in order to get that broader perspective. Maybe we'll have time for those in the coming weeks. I'm gonna limit myself to just this one question. Who do you do this for? I like grammar, so I'm gonna fix that. For whom do you create? If you're creating for the masses, then you're probably not making art, because the impetus behind that creation is not to communicate something true, but to make something shiny and likable. And in my opinion, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's pop music, that's pop lit. That's fine if that's what you're trying to do. There is a market for that, and there is a formula for that. There are elements that you can introduce and manipulate in order to make a hit. If your audience is the masses and your goal is popularity, there is a blueprint to follow. You know, a lot of people create things in order to become popular, to be accepted, ultimately to be loved, but that's also maybe a little unhealthy, right? Define your audience. What do you think, pen pals? Does audience matter? Maybe not. Maybe the moment we concern ourselves with who's receiving our art and how it's being received, we effectively tranquilize ourselves, or maybe it's the key to everything. Chime in the comments below. Check out Ford's previous video here. I've also put together a playlist. If you want to observe this conversation in order, do so here. Keep making stuff. How's that for a tagline? I think we should audition some taglines. I also have, keep penning, pals. That sucks. Or we could just end it like a letter. Sincerely. Like give a wink or something.